G'day guys, welcome to the Bluedale Plants Online show. I'm your host Peter Montgomery from the petermontgomeryshow.com. Bluedale Plants Online is an online nursery that offers no fuss functional plants delivered in top condition straight to your door. So what have you got for us this week, Craig?
Thanks, Peter, for asking. This week I want to highlight one of the designer grasses that we have on our online website. It's Poa Kingsdale, which now Poa, they're beautiful plants that have been used by landscape architects for many years because they add an element of movement in the garden. So for instance, if you have a garden, you get a little bit of wind, you see that movement of the foliage. That's what landscape architects and designers are looking for, and I'm sure as home gardeners people will be looking for that as well. One of the great things about Poa Kingsdale is that it has fine blue foliage, which is a real striking feature of the plant. It's arching, so it's a bun shape on the ground. It does get seed heads or flowers, not in the traditional form that we think of with a flower, but in like a grassy seed head that is held above the foliage, and we see that over the summer period into early autumn.
What kind of environments does it work best in, or how do you use it in different environments? Yeah, like what's some of the features?
Without getting too technical with the anatomy of Poa Kingsdale, I'll try and explain it quite simply. It is what they term a cool season grass. So in its natural environment, it grows in the southern areas of the east coast of Australia, so around Melbourne and through Victoria into New South Wales, and you do see it from time to time up the north coast of New South Wales. Now that's its natural habitat range, but doesn't mean that you can't use it in areas like Brisbane. It is very suited to those areas. One thing with Poa being that cool season grass is that in summer, with the summer heat, it does enter into a dormancy, which is a feature of the plant. And this is why many landscape designers like it. It does get change of foliage colour. In the cooler months of the year, from autumn, winter and spring, you see it beautiful blue foliage, and then you get a little bit of straw colouring through it over the summer months, which just adds another feature to it. There are some maintenance things which I'll talk about in a minute with that, which you have to be conscious of when you're using a native grass like Poa Kingsdale. Thinking about using in Sydney and Melbourne, beautiful. It does really well in those cool climates. It's ideal inland with frost. It's very frost hardy, and it can handle frost down to -10 without any dramas at all. In fact, it will hold its colour right through the winter months. So it makes it a great plant for inland climates.
And so some of those maintenance issues, like what are some of the things that people need to do?
One of the things with any native grass is that it does need pruning once a year just to remove some of that old foliage. As I mentioned, Poa Kingsdale being a cool season grass, it grows primarily over autumn, winter and spring. And then in summer you do get a bit of straw colouring in it, which is, as I mentioned, a feature. But at the end of summer into early autumn, it's a good idea to reduce the plant height down by at least a third of the foliage height. Now what this actually does is it removes the old spent seed heads, so that they'll be gone, and it just takes off any of the daggy tips that may have dried out while it was in its dormant phase over the summer period. At that point, the plant looks fantastic again, and it allows it for new growth to emerge in autumn, and you'll have a fantastic plant over winter and into spring.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Craig. I look forward to catching up with you next week.
Good, Peter. See you then.